are here at the Perth Arena, and Tony Ronaldson over 160 points scored in the game. Just what the doctor ordered.
Exactly what the doctor ordered, Lachie. We love to see the offensive, spectacular side of the game. And, of course, James Ennis tonight leading the Wildcats, and it's pretty spectacular.
It certainly was. We spoke about Adelaide. They were very brave. They were undermanned, and they'll walk away from this game, well, disappointed with the loss, but very impressive and impressed by their own performance.
There's no doubt. We've been singing their praises all night. Obviously, they were shooting a little bit better in that first half, bringing it back to 33%. Both teams were pretty ugly from the field, but really it didn't seem like that when we were watching the game. The rebound count pretty even across the board, and that showed in the scoreline towards the end.
It certainly did. Let's take a look at the highlights, because there were plenty of them, no doubt about that, from both sides. Gary Irvin certainly turned it on from the point. Really instrumental in keeping them in the game, especially in the first half.
Yeah, well, Gary Irvin's a great player and someone that's played in this league before. A former MVP, and really shown why we love having players like that come over here and play in Australia. But we see some of these highlights, and just great points there by Ennis, just being able to hold his balance after taking a bit of a knock. And this man here, reverse layup, came up big with two big threes in that last quarter. Would have done the world his game some confidence going into next week. But that man really in that first half just kept them going. We see Beal, good vision. Jervis, some great minutes from him, some good hands, being able to really step up on a stage that he hasn't probably played in front of this many people before. But that's not a bad jab step. We just had the missed dunk just before that. I'm sure he would have loved to have got that one off, but we saw some great things and just came up with some big plays, did Ennis. So a great spectacle was tonight. Great start to the season, and hopefully we'll see some more of these sorts of highlights.
Daniel Johnson was one player that we haven't seen a lot of in the highlights, but he certainly had a lot of highlights. Just some bullocking work down below, and scored himself 28 points.
28 points, and he uses his body so well. Someone that's tough to guard, seals up really well, runs the floor well for a big man. He's you know, legitimate 6'10", and has great touch, and it's a bit unorthodox in a way, you know, going back on step backs from 3 or 4 feet. So some real positive signs for Daniel Johnson in Adelaide.
A good spread of scorers for both teams, in particular probably the Perth Wildcats, a really good spread amongst them, and there were some fantastic highlights, no doubt about that, finishing with this big shot from Sean Redditch that pretty much won the Perth Wildcats the game. Joining us now is the star of the game in James Ennis. Did you enjoy the atmosphere? Did you enjoy the win?
Man, I loved it. Coming from the States, just getting a good crowd over here. 10,000 I heard. That's amazing. I love it. I'm excited for the season.
What did you make of your team's performance? Adelaide were really tough, weren't they, throughout the whole game?
Yeah, they're tough. They came out strong, but we stayed together as a team, and we just locked in the last couple of minutes on defense, and that was an amazing shot by Sean.
Excitement machine. Have you got some more? It was only one dunk. I'm told that at training you throw down at least 3 or 4, but today just the one.
I have one dunk right now, but once I start getting my legs under me, and I'll bring more excitement for the fans.
And your teammates, you settled into Perth obviously really well. How are you finding playing with guys like Damien Martin, Sean Redditch, guys that have been in this league? How do they compare with other players that you played back in the States and in college and so?
They're older, so they have more experience, and I learned a lot from them coming in each and every day to practice. They said keep your mind right, work hard, and get each other better each and every day. So that's what we're focused on, getting wins and try to make it to the championship this year.
As we take a look at your stats for the game, what was it like being firstly drafted to the NBA and then traded onto the Heat and then told you're coming down under?
Man, it's just a blessing, you know. God put me here for a reason, so I'm going to just take full advantage of it, get myself better, and just stay focused.
Have the Heat told you anything, you know, what you need to do here, what you need to work on, or just come here and get the experience?
Just come over here, get the experience, and develop my game.
What about your game? I mean, there was the dunk. I'd like to see a couple more if you could just turn it on. Tony,
a little crazy for dunks.
Yeah, I like
he
dunks. Tony, I don't think dunked in his career,
I didn't.
but he was a terrific player. Tell us also, you got a pretty good shot from outside as well.
Oh yeah, I work on my shot every day. I put a lot of jumpers in the beginning of practice, after practice. I just focus on my 3-point range and my keeping my eye off the ball and just follow through.
And is it what you expected coming over here? We talked about getting drafted and so on. Did you have any expectation coming in, knowing exactly how it was going to be or what this league was like?
I didn't have no expectation coming. I don't know what was going on. I just came, brought my bags, and just ready to play and get better.
Well, I hope we've created a good impression on you.
I love Perth so far. It's amazing. I can't wait for the summer.
We'll see how you go after about 5-6 days after 40-degree heat.
Oh, that's what I heard.
You'll be like, oh, give me a snowstorm.
James, thanks very much for joining us. We're going to take a look at Tom Jervis as we let you go. Tommy Jervis.